Hey everyone, so I just wanted to make a video on my pretty simple everyday carry for 2023. I've never really thought too deep into what I carry every day, but there's some stuff here that's become pretty essential for my everyday life. So I just thought I'd share it with you guys and kind of tell you why I carry what I carry and why I chose the stuff that I did over some other options out there. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So the first thing on the list is the actual bag that I use to carry everything in. Now this is just a random cheap sling bag that I found on Amazon, and I actually picked this up about 6 months ago for a trip that I took to New York. I just needed something small and lightweight to carry with me every day while I was walking around the city, and honestly, for the next 6 months after that, I've been carrying it every single day continuously. It's made of this like lightweight, like water resistant vinyl type material. It's got enough storage in it for everything that I need to carry, and it was super cheap, so there was no need for me to go overkill for like something more expensive like a Belroy sling bag or something like that. I really love this bag, and I was never really like a sling bag kind of guy, but ever since carrying it, it's just so convenient just to toss everything in and not have to worry about fitting everything in my pockets or juggling it in my hands. So if that rings a bell to you, I definitely recommend getting a sling bag. It doesn't have to be this one, but just any kind of sling bag is really helpful. Okay, so when I wake up in the morning and I finish getting ready and I'm just about to head out for work, the first thing that I always look for and try to grab is actually my AirPods Pro Gen 2. Now, I originally picked these up for the sole purpose of reviewing them because I've had the AirPods Pro Gen 1 and I was going to just give them away to someone after that because I didn't think it was going to be that much of a difference. But man, these have been absolutely game changing for me. Particularly, it's the adaptive transparency mode. I work in a pretty loud environment, and the adaptive transparency mode works really well to kind of just bring down the entire noise level of the room that I'm in. What's crazy is that I can actually hear my coworkers better with these in than I do without. So yes, these are better in just about every single way compared to the AirPods Pro Gen 1. Battery life is better, the case is better, the noise cancellation is better, just about everything is better about these, but I still don't think you need to upgrade to these if you have AirPod Pro Gen 1s that are working perfectly fine. Now, if you have some issues with those, like Bluetooth connectivity issues or battery life issues, then you definitely won't regret upgrading to these. Or if you're coming from something that's not noise cancellation, these are going to be absolutely game changing for you. But yeah, if you guys want a full video on these, just leave a comment down below, and if there's some interest in that, then I can make a full review about these as well. Next up, I can't really get very far without my keys, but more so I want to talk about what's on my keys, and that's the AirTag. Now, if you're someone that has an iPhone, then I highly recommend you get at least one AirTag for your keys or your wallet or something else I'm sure you can think of you want to track. But not even an AirTag alone, but it can be any other type of like little object tracker like a tile or something else like that. For $30, this just gives me so much of a peace of mind of not having to worry about losing my keys. And I actually had a coworker who bought a $30 AirTag to put in his like Dodge Challenger Hellcat or whatever because he was worried that it was going to get stolen, and lo and behold, it actually did get stolen, and he was able to track it down with the AirTag and give the police the location, and they were able to recover his car for him. So $30 to save him thousands and thousands of dollars and countless hours of headaches. He would definitely say it was worth it, and I honestly believe it's worth it for $30 to give me the crazy amount of peace of mind that it does that I'll never lose these keys. The keychain itself, on the other hand, is this like, I think it was a Spigen keychain. I got it at the Apple store when I picked up the AirTag just because I wanted something at that minute. But I can't really recommend this one because it's completely all scratched up. It's not the best keychain, but it's pretty simple and it works for me, and I don't really have a need to get a different keychain. So yeah, that's what I have on there at the minute. And by the way, if you're interested in any of the stuff that I'm mentioning here, then everything's going to be listed down below in the description for you to check out if you're interested in that. Okay, so before I get on to the most important thing that I carry with me every day, I just wanted to take a minute and ask you guys to leave a like and subscribe if you are enjoying this video. I'm a newer channel, so all that stuff really helps out. And please leave a comment down below if there's something you want to see from me in the future. Okay, so the most impactful thing that I carry with me every day is the iPhone 14 Pro Max. This phone has just been absolutely amazing for me. The camera on here is just mind-blowing. Camera quality in general on phones has just come so far, and I've honestly stopped carrying a dedicated camera with me. I pretty much just use this. Now I do shoot in exclusively ProRAW or RAW photos just because the quality is a little bit higher. You get the full 48 megapixels, and for later on editing the photos, it just gives you a lot more room to work with as well. But just being able to shoot RAW in 48 megapixels on an iPhone is kind of crazy to me. Now I know there's other phones out there that have like 200 megapixels and whatnot, but I'm in the Apple ecosystem, so it's the iPhone for me for now. So I actually upgraded from the iPhone 12 to the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and the main reason for my upgrade was actually due to the battery life. The battery life on my iPhone 12 was just going absolutely down the drain. It wouldn't even last me up to like 1 or 2 p.m. But the battery life on this phone has been just absolutely amazing. I'm getting about 2 days of use out of it. I love this phone, but it does have its controversies. For example, the dynamic island. I think it's a bit of a gimmick feature right now. Like, it's cool and all, but there's not much functionality to it. I'm just hoping that in the future, Apple adds a little bit more functionality to it. It does look like they're going to double down on the dynamic island because it looks like the iPhone 15 is going to have it as well. So I'm just hoping they add some functionality to it because as of right now, it's just more of a gimmick feature for me. I mean, it's cool and all, but I wouldn't upgrade to an iPhone 14 just for the dynamic island. It's really not there yet as a feature. Overall for me though, this has been a solid upgrade and I'm really happy with it. I don't think I would, obviously I wouldn't go back to my iPhone 12, but yeah, it's been a really good upgrade for me. So on the iPhone itself, I have the Apple leather case in this umber color. I really like this case. It's probably my favorite case that I use right now, but I do switch pretty frequently between this and the Spigen optic armor case. I really like that Spigen case as well because it's got like this shield that you can put over the camera lenses. These camera lenses are just so massive and the bump is so big. I always get afraid if I'm going to drop it, then I'm going to break the camera lens. Spigen optic armor case is actually really cool because you can, like I said, cover the cameras and not have to worry about the impact on the lenses directly if you do drop your phone. Again, like I said, I will have all this stuff in the description, so if you're interested in it, feel free to look down there for anything. Okay, so for my wallet, I just realized I'm going to sound like an Apple shill here for a minute, but I use the Apple leather card holder, and bear with me, I actually don't recommend this. There's other better options out there on the market, but I just got this when I got my iPhone 12, and I've just been using it ever since then, and it's held up really well for me. The downside is that you can only fit like 3 cards in here, and even 3 cards is like pushing it. Like, it's almost impossible to get these out, but there are other options and better options out there, like the Moft card holder. I've just gotten so used to having, like I said, my phone with my wallet together at the same time all the time that I don't think I could ever go back to a traditional wallet. I do have a traditional wallet that I keep all my other cards in, but since I can only fit 3 cards, I'm not too worried about that though, because pretty much all my cards are on Apple Pay now. If I do need to use a different card, I can just use Apple Pay in that moment. I also always carry a battery pack with me, and the one I choose to carry is the Anker 633 MagSafe battery pack. Now, the reason I carry this is because it's 10,000 milliamps, so I can charge my 14 Pro Max from dead to full. And the nice thing about it is that it also does have a USB-C port and a USB-A port, so if I need to charge up other devices, I have that option as well. And since it is MagSafe, I can also use that to charge my AirPods Pro. I can just toss them on here and they'll start charging up as well. Now, I don't really use this every day, but I always carry it with me. It is big and bulky and heavy, but since I have that bag, I just toss it in there and I don't really notice the weight of it at all. Now, this video obviously isn't sponsored, but I did really choose this Anker one because they have a pretty good reputation for making MagSafe battery pack and accessories. So yeah, and it's worked out really well for me. I highly recommend this. Okay, so the last thing that I always have on me, you might have noticed it throughout the video, is the Apple Watch Ultra. This thing has been an absolute gem. I've had it for about 6 months now, and I did do a full video on it, so if you're interested in that, I'll leave it up here or here, or it's somewhere, just you'll see it. But yeah, I absolutely love this thing. I can't say enough good things about it. The battery life, I mean, Apple advertises it for like 36 hours, but I've gotten like up to like 3 days of use, sometimes 4 days of use out of it. It is a little bit overkill for me because I'm not going mountaineering or diving or any of that kind of crazy stuff, but I can't say enough good things about it. The only downside about it is that 1, it's $800, and then 2, it is pretty bulky in size. So if you're someone with really small wrists, it might look weird. I think I have pretty small wrists, and I think it might look weird to some people, but I've just gotten so used to it that I don't really care anymore. It is really lightweight as well for what it is. It's pretty lightweight, so you kind of stop feeling that it's on your wrist. But yeah, if you're interested in the full video that I did on it, definitely check it out, because I kind of cover like why I got it and my experience with it and how I use it throughout my day-to-day life. Now, unfortunately, I don't carry like a random knife with me, even though that seems like a requirement to make YouTube everyday carry videos. But yeah, that's been it, guys. If you enjoyed this video, once again, please leave a like, consider subscribing for more, and definitely comment down below what you want to see from me next, because I'm always reading the comments down there with you guys.